Excuse me. And how did the parties happen? Groups. I would invite my friends, and they would invite their friends, and we'd all meet. And if something happened, we clicked, and then you find a boy or a girlfriend, right? And so that's how the party started with me. So I solved a problem that I had, and I had a problem that many other people identified with. So there was definitely a market for it. So that's the key thing to relate to your own business. Do you have a problem that you know? Can you solve it for yourself? How can you solve it for others? And is there a niche market, or is there a big market there? Whatever it is, you can narrow down. So you, like I said, you can grow rich in a niche. And so instead of drilling a mile wide and an inch deep, you drill a mile deep and an inch wide. So you go into certain things. So I focused on parties or social events for my friends. So, and then as I did it, not even to make money, but I collected money to cover my costs, and I did fantastic events for my friends, and I built the list, and they told their friends again. And then I started looking, who is really good at this in San Francisco? Because I started thinking, maybe I want to take it to another level, because people started, coming to my events. They became bigger and bigger and more and more popular. So it was a good thing. Because I needed to create my new social system in a new country. So I said, who's the best promoter in San Francisco? And I identified one person. I went to his party, studied his party, saw his crowd, what he did, and the energy and all of that. And one time, he actually owned a bar in San Francisco, a restaurant, bar, dance place called Barcelona. And one time, I took 600 of my Scandinavian friends celebrating our Scandinavian day. Yeah. So, I had much bigger parties than that, but that was a pretty big party for me at that time. 600 people, we took over his entire place, and he saw the crowd and how well they were behaving and all of that. And he said, Alf, you and we need to talk. And I knew he would say that to me, because I knew I could bring a whole other dimension to him. He had a Latin crowd. I had a Scandinavian European crowd. And you could see how that matches. And I've always been attracted towards the Latin culture. Dark skin, actually. I've always been attracted to that. And so anyway, him and I became very close friends. And we ended up doing some really big parties together. And he was the best in the whole industry. Now, I could share a little promotional trick with you that I told you about the other day. And so he actually shared something very unique with me. He says, Alf, shall I tell you one of my biggest secrets, which is a simple trick? And he says, I can show you how to get 400 people to a party like this. And he snapped his fingers, and I go, whoa, okay, that sounds good. I want to hear about it. And he says, Alf, do you have 20 people like yourself? They like to go out, they're fun, they have good people around them. I said, yeah, I have a list. I have 20 friends. I could consider that. I said, okay, do you think you could invite them over to your house or to a restaurant in a private room where you have some food and drinks for them? And you tell them all to bring a mobile phone, because this is now back in the early 2000s, right? So not everybody had mobile phones then. I said, yeah, I can do that. And so I invited 20 of my closest friends. And what we did, all of them made a list of 20 people that they thought they would want to come to a party. So I was to tell them in advance. So all of them came with their mobile phones. I gave them food and drinks, got the good atmosphere going. And then they had all a list, and we wrote up a text message saying, hey, so they would then call all their friends while we were there in the room. So it became a lot of energy. And they're talking, hey, Alf is having a party in 2 weeks. Are you coming? I'll put you on the guest list. Can you tell 2-3 other people? Boom, boom, boom. So all of them called 20 people. So we had 400 people, 20 times 20, 400 people right down there. And the word started spreading. So even more people will come. But you can take the same formula. If you want 100 people at your event, get 10 people, call 10 people. Or if you want 1,000, do 100 people, call 10 people.
That's interesting.
20 people, call 50 people. If you want to make it simple that way. So that is a principle that you can use in any business. Even if you're not a party thrower, if you have a restaurant, or if you have a hair salon, or what have you, if you have chiropractic.
Well, I have content type of business.
How? Yeah. So you could ask people to spread your content. That's like the affiliate marketing works, right? And I know that referral marketing, which I have a business card. I can probably show you that.
Please show me. Like last time you showed, but this time everyone needs to see.
This is how it started. It started like this. This it says Alf and Alf, and if you see it says half and half. And then it says rip and rip. And this is a perforated.
Crazy thing I did not realize last time is that there is edge.
Yes.
I was only looking at ALF last time. I did not see the ads.
And then this is half and half because this becomes a half. Now on the back side, this becomes a VIP pass. Once I sign here and put like +3 or +2, it becomes a VIP pass. And I would collect the name and phone number and email of the person. Then I would go like this, boom, boom. I tear it in half because it's perforated. And then I would give this to them to keep, to bring to my party. And I would collect this one to collect the data on them. And the beautiful thing about this, if you think about it, here's the scenario. I would go on the street or go to a bar or restaurant or a party, and I would see a good looking girl or a very nice, good looking guy that I would think fit my crowd. Now I would give them a VIP pass. Normally it would cost $20, $30, $50, sometimes $100 to get into my parties. I say, hey, you're my VIP. Just show this at the door, tell them you met me, and you're in. And then now I got their contact information. So leading up to my party, I had a new person that I could market to and through. I would send them the email invitation and made flyers. So now it could grow boom, boom, boom. So this is how I grew my list to 20,000 people and of the right people. You see, you market to the right target market that I knew would fit with my group.
I see.
Yeah. Then I did this you can do it for restaurants. Here's a restaurant, sign and dine. And then it says give and receive. And the name of the restaurant, and they would collect the information.
Well, is it your restaurant?
Huh?
Is it your restaurant?
No, not my restaurant. But if you notice, there's a serial number at the bottom. So I can know when somebody or the restaurant owner, my guests would give that to another one. I could track it. So I could find out who gave that to the other person. So this is the restaurant. This is Sign and Dine. And I did that for hair salons, where I did cut and dry. I did for chiropractors. We got your back. And then give and receive. They gave this away and then they receive something back. So then they can also track which customer gives this to other people when it comes back. So this is another really fun thing that I built and works like clockwork for businesses and small businesses under, I'd say under 10 to 3 million or $3 to $10 million
Revenue.
The referral market is number one. So so all these things came out of my party promotion, meeting all the people that I met. And I think it's a good lesson for somebody to think about how they can use their existing customers to get more new customers. That's the big message here.
Yeah. This is just a small request. If you are one of the only people to watch this podcast, you have a special power of subscription. Your subscription directly helps us unlock our first $1,000 donation. When we hit 10,000 subscribers, you'll get to vote on which charity receives it. So please subscribe. Your voice truly matters.